So step one, the first step is to encourage your child to wash their hands, after using the toilet, before meals, after meals, playing outside, playing with toys. Just encourage them to wash their hands. So once they get to the routine of that, they won't actually need your encouragement anymore. So with my daughter, I do like this 30 seconds singing. And then what do you do? So step two for the child is that they sleep between 10 and 12 hours, and that's a recommendation. My daughter personally, she sleeps between 10 and 11 hours, which is kind of close to the recommendation. Step three would be reminders for your child. For my child, I remind my child probably every day, every step of the way, because even though she washes her hands, she constantly needs that encouragement still. Okay, number 4 is expose your children to germs. Don't sort of like cover them in layers and layers or keep them at home at a young age. Expose them to germs, expose them to other children. Children need fresh air. It's just what they need. When you are at home, open windows, let the germs out, let fresh air in. That's how you're going to get better. Your child's going to get better. And that kind of like prevents your child from getting ill as well. Basically, a balanced diet with lots of fruit and lots of veg. And alhamdulillah, my daughter has never given me problems with her eating. Drink plenty of water. Water is like 70% of our body. I'm sure it is. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So your water intake needs to be quite high. For your child, you need to constantly remind them, especially in summer when it's really hot, your child is running around, they'll be dehydrated. You need to hydrate them throughout the day. I have a bottle for my daughter that goes to nursery, and she also has a water bottle here. When we're out and about, I make sure there's water in my bag. If not, then I'll go and buy her one. What about your fruit? Okay, so the next tip is that you need to make sure your surfaces, your child's toys are sterilised and cleaned as often as possible, especially if you think that they're going to start getting sick. So if you feel like, around the changing of the weather, or when they've started nursery soon, or if the nursery has announced that there's a bug going around, that's the time to constantly, I would say every day, to clean toys. We enter the home, we have this area where we take our shoes and bag and our jackets and everything off. I do not let shoes enter the living room, the bathroom, so and so. It depends on how desperate my daughter is. Kitchen and the bedrooms is a no-no. There's a hallway where you can take your shoes off, because shoes from outside carry a lot of bacteria and germs. So if you've got that all over the house and your child is playing on the floor with their toys, where the hands are going to go in their mouth eventually, or the toys will be like smothered in bacteria and stuff, which again you're touching, and then you might be touching a door handle and so is your child. So you have to be very mindful.
I can't. It's too hard.
Okay, so me personally, I don't mind my daughter having vaccines. I know there are some sisters out there that are very iffy and they don't want their child to have vaccines. That is up to individual sisters and carers and parents. That is completely up to you. But personally myself, I have given and allowed my daughter to have vaccines, especially she's my first.